Cherie Hanson here, Monday, and today is a day of clearing, of getting rid of things we no longer want. I feel called upon today to talk about how we're disappointed in ourselves. The question is, why are you ashamed of yourself? I get an image in my mind of people who are walking around with this garbage can of shame inside. And that comes from the conditional love we get from everything. We have conditional love from our jobs. We have conditional love in our culture. It's considered to be normal. We have conditional love and affection from our friends. We have conditional love for ourselves. And so it's like carrying around a parasite, this big parasite that's just inside you, just destroying your happiness and your contentment. We have been taught to internalize the criticism, the shame, the feeling of inadequacy that our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents considered to be normal, this normal way of living in Western culture. And it does so many things to handicap us. It gets in our way of actually loving other people. Because if we are carrying around this giant, ugly parasite of self-denial, how can we love other people? How can we accept them in the way that they are? And let me talk about that. Once you come to understand that you have failed to accept yourself, you can understand how you are failing to accept other people. What are your criteria? When are you enough? When are you whole enough? When are you productive enough? When are you movie star enough? When are you CEO enough? When are you gloriously fit enough? And the answer to that is never. You will never be perfect. And because we're trained to internalize the voice of criticism, think about school. Who gets rewards? The people who get rewards are the compliant, which I was. I was very compliant. I was sitting in the front seat in every classroom it was like I'd had surgery on my arm. I know the answer. I did the homework. Because I was desperate for reinforcement from the outside world to counteract the hidden feeling that I was somehow shameful. I was somehow guilty. I was somehow lesser than other people. And I think for me at this time in the energy field, what we're being asked to do is we're being asked to look at this. We're being asked to analyze the feeling of internalized shame or inadequacy. How am I not hitting the mark? How am I betraying myself? How am I failing to be something that is perfect enough that it deserves love? And here we come to the crux of the problem. I always think it's great when we find the crux. You know, there's the crux. Yay! So the crux is of the problem is we think that love is a reward for those who are deserving, which is so wrong. Love is not like that. I mean, my cat, I love him so much, and he doesn't clean the house. He doesn't, make my life tidier. He doesn't try. He just lays there. It's why I like the series Fat and Unemployed with the ginger cat in it. It makes me laugh every time. Why does it make me laugh? It makes me laugh because I'm recognizing a truth in that. This cat is glorious. Why? Just because it is. What if you were glorious just because you exist? Think about that. The striving for self-esteem is something that the Western culture, if we were, stock, sheep or pigs or cattle, we have had that branded into our flesh. We could feel the heat. We could hear as we are branded with this. Not good enough. Not perfect enough. Not whole. And so we are like someone falling through deep space with nothing to hold on to. Because the only thing we're holding on to is the outside world, and it's not very reliable right now, is it? No. Which is the way to go? Where's my map? What do I do? How do I get to a place where I can love myself, where I can take care of myself, when I can be self-accepting? Because the goal here is if we are self-accepting, we can accept others. And that's what we're seeing now in the monsters that are walking the face of the earth. These are people who are not self-accepting. They're full of hatred. They're full of judgment. They're trying to get rid of anyone who doesn't meet their criteria. But think about the inside of that. That's driven by shame. That's driven by an absolutely obdurate refusal to accept the self as we are. It's kind of like going into a garden and killing all the flowers that aren't gladiolas. Is that a daisy? I'm going to get rid of that. And you're sitting there thinking, I have daisy qualities. So where does it start? Where does it begin? Where does it end? Where does it live? Here, inside of us. If I can get to a place where I accept who I am exactly as I am in this moment, it allows me to live in a world of calm and peace and compassion. So it's well worth the sitting down and the writing out. What are the parts of myself that I am ashamed of? What am I hiding? What am I lying to myself about? What is the parasite I carry within my energy field that I'm allowing to stay there? And I loved what one of the teachers on TikTok said the other day. He said, we talk about ego all the time. Ego is this, ego is that, ego is a negative. And he said, if we had no negative thoughts, we would never experience the fear. If we had no fear, we would never experience the negative thoughts. Because that fear-based way of living makes us ashamed of ourselves. And that's the crux. I just want to say it again. That's the crux of the problem right there. Are you not beautiful as you are? Damn right you are. You know, maybe you have a limp, or when you walk, you veer to the left, or you don't keep your kitchen clean. Who the hell cares? You care because you're busy auditioning. This is the thing that I have had land so firmly in my life. You are busy auditioning for a part you are already living. You are auditioning for the right to be who you are. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that just crazy? I think it is. So, grab a hold of your crux. Write down the things that you are ashamed of, that you're afraid of, that you criticize yourself for, and burn that. Have a fire. Burn that piece of paper. Get rid of it. Because once you get to a place where you accept yourself, you know, I'd say warts and all, but I mean, what's really bad about a wart? I don't know. Foibles and all. Then we can get to a place where we are more grounded and we're more compassionate. And bottom line, baby, we came to this earth on purpose to spread compassion. That's our goal. The rest of it is just trivia. It's just confusion. It's just spider webs across our faces. Get clear about why you're here. Hey, it's rhyming. Get clear about why you're here and get out there and do that. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased that people are watching my videos. I don't know what's going on with the world. YouTube tells me I've hit 1,000 subscribers, but the number on my thing says it's not 1,000. But I accept that there are many folds in the fan of reality these days. What is the truth? The truth is inside you. Who are you? You are who you were meant to be right now. So thank you for watching. If you want a coaching session, I have been through many lifetimes in this lifetime. I have gone through many crises. I have weathered so many experiences that I can help you keep your kayak upright as we're going through these waters. And I want to say to you, thank you for watching my video. I appreciate you.